Hello and welcome to the Temple Mount podcast. Today I will be your host, Valen, joined by my guest tonight for our special two-part mini-series on Elon Musk and the Neuralink. I have my guest and friend tonight, Truth for Revolution, Seth. How is it going tonight, my brother?
It's going great, brother. Nice to see you again, Valen. I want to thank you again, man, for being a part of this great podcast here. We got a lot to cover today. We've been wanting to touch on this topic for so long now. As many of us know, Elon Musk, Neuralink. This has been up for discussion for so long now, since the year of 2016. It's finally here. A lot of scientists, a lot of researchers have said it was far fetched. Hey, man, we're living through it already. They've already tested it on monkeys and pigs, and the human trials are set to begin this year in 2022 of December.
Well, thanks for that great introduction. So, for any of us wondering on when you're watching this afterwards. We are hosting this on the Temple Mount Discord server, and we humbly invite everyone listening to this on all platforms you may be listening this to check the link in the description and use that Discord link to come and join us. Maybe you'll be a guest on one of our podcasts. That's the glory of this. You can come and ask questions and be a part of this. So today we are gonna start, and as I think a good first base question for you, Seth, um, establish your base ideas on Elon Musk, pretty much what you think of the man and your opinions on him, so our listeners can get a good idea of where you're coming from.
Yeah, man, Elon Musk is a guy who's broken all platforms. He's broken through everything when it comes to social media, when it comes to, you know, even space. The guy has been polarized for years now. He's a polarizing figure all across the world. Everybody knows who the guy is, and he's just done absolutely amazing stuff. He's the richest man on earth, potentially a trillionaire in the year of 2025, I believe. So that's where his estimated net worth is to go. And I mean, Elon Musk is the biggest polarizing figure in the world today. What he's done with the electric vehicles, with Tesla, he's breaking in the storm, man. People are talking about climate change, and he wants to do so-called good things for the climate in regards to getting rid of oil, getting rid of gas. Some people believe that, you know, when it comes to him breaking barriers, he just does it every single time. He's talking about going to Mars by the year 2025 as well. That's the year he's projected to be a trillionaire. Sorry. And with all this inflation rising in the world today, I don't see why not. The guy is what he is. But getting to what I'm trying to say here is there's a lot of things he's trying to do that he has done that has been absolutely amazing for space and energy, green energy. But there's one thing that a lot of people are talking about that is very controversial. He's a very controversial guy as well. But there's one thing that we're going to touch on today that blows my mind. As a Christian man and a true believer of God, and that is the brain implant Neuralink, man. So we've heard time and time again on the Neuralink. I've had this podcast before. If you guys are returning listeners from the year of 2021, late 2020 as well, we talked on this topic, and somehow the video got deleted. But today we are touching on the Neuralink brain implant. Valen, go ahead and touch on some topics, man. What do you think about the brain implant, and what do you think is to come?
Well, you're more the expert on this, right? But I'm not sure. I don't think sticking something in your brain is the best idea. It's the unforeseen side effects, I think, mainly. Like, we don't know how the brain's gonna adapt to it and all that. I don't think it's the best. I think Elon Musk is a very brilliant man, but we've seen time and time again from him, from sources of people interview of him. Like, there's this great little YouTube short I've seen where it's this guy, he sees Elon Musk a year from now. He's like, hey, have you ever thought about this for your rocket? Elon Musk comes back a year later. It's like, yeah, thank you. You're the guy who told me how to change it. No one told me that idea. It's like, I fear now that Elon Musk at a point that no one fears like to contradict him. It's kind of the emperor's got no clothes type of thing. Like no one wanted to admit the emperor was naked until the kid said it, right? Like no one wants to be the first to say it. So I think Elon Musk has a lot of bright ideas, but I think his circle isn't the most well maintained for non-yes men. But I think for a great first question, really, to get this started, is what is Neuralink and how is it currently being tested, and what are the plans for it currently for the future?
Well, like I said before, man, Neuralink is a brain implant chip that's supposed to do amazing works, miraculous works on people who are deaf, people who are paralyzed, people who are blind, et cetera, et cetera. There's so many great outputs on the Neuralink and so many great things. Now, the trials are what people really want to hear about. They don't want to hear about, oh, how's it been? How, is it good? Is it not? There's so much speculation on it, but there's only been animal testing so far. And as I said in the beginning of the podcast, there will be human trials set for this year in 2022 of December. So, you know, the animals that have been tested have been pigs and monkeys. Now, in the first testing of the pigs, which was late 2020, December of that year, he actually tested on 14 pigs. And the pigs, were violating their movements. They were going through the motions, and there was the brain implant inside of them. Um, all of those pigs survived. They weren't able to track down on every thought and every function of the body there from the pigs. But when it gets serious is the monkeys. He tested this past year of 2021 of December as well on monkeys. Now the monkeys, over 14 monkeys died during the tests, and the rest of the 70, I think, the rest of the 68 monkeys that were there um, survived. And they actually, if you go on YouTube, man, you can actually see the results and the tests done on the monkeys with the Neuralink inside their brains, how they're functioning. They can even show what they are thinking and how they're going to project and protect every movement that they're going to make. It's absolutely crazy. Now, I'm going to go over the part on how those monkeys died. Um, there was something subject to the brain that just wasn't correlating. Some of it was due to the high multitude of the Neuralink connected to their brains and their DNA as well. There's some of the monkeys' DNAs just couldn't contain that. Now imagine humans. They want a test trial on humans, and I hear that they're willing to pay. Elon Musk is willing to pay over 500 grand on the testing for humans. Now, don't quote me on that. That's what I heard from several sources. For example, the New York Times. So you can check that out in the New York Times. Shout out to the New York Times. But no, man. Besides that, yeah, that's when it comes. A big topic is humans, us. Can you imagine, dude? In 5 to 10 years, this thing goes good this year, right? And everybody's in on it. The first ones that are going to start off are mostly the blind, the deaf, the ones with disabilities, they're the ones that are going to be taking it first. And I believe on some of these humans, it is going to be a successful pass, right? Even as a Christian man coming out here and saying this, I do truly believe it's going to be a success for some of those with disabilities, people that have never been able to walk on their own power, people that haven't been able to actually put together sentences that are deaf, that can actually speak and hear a little bit now. Those are some of the depths that Elon Musk is actually taking as far as, getting the Neuralink done with. But another thing is the ones who are going to want to do video games with this. You know, that's the big one because everybody is into the new tech, the VR, you know, the new age technology. As some like to say it, the fourth industrial revolution of technology. That's what's very big around now. And it worries me, man, because in some of these, you know, metaverse things, there's people that are actually being, you know, groped, and some people that are actually, you know, there's articles on this, you know, and you know, there's other things like some people losing touch with reality, as in what's that word where their subconscious mind is not connected to the reality that we are in right now, the 3D realm, right? They are connected to a video game, which is very close to their eyes. My grandmother used to tell me, don't sit too close to the TV, Seth. You're gonna go, you know, blind. You're gonna become a part of the TV in a very drastic way. But now we're seeing what this is leading to if you're doing the right research, man. And it frightens me because can you ever imagine playing a video game inside your brain? Because Elon Musk has said this before. And he said this in multiple interviews that he plans on connecting the brains to the internet. Who said that as well? The CEO of Nokia. You know, that's all from the World Economic Forum. And the World Economic Forum is very big in the world right now. They're a very big organization that are claimed out in Sweden, I believe. Yeah, Sweden. And the leader of that is Klaus Schwab. That guy is connected to all the big world elites, and who was in one of those categories for some of the best philanthropists under Klaus Schwab in the World Economic Forum? Elon Musk. Elon Musk. So I do believe this is all connected, correlating to the. I can't really say it on here, but on the spiritual side, there's going to be a two-part miniseries. But yeah, what do you think about that, Valen? Do you ever think of maybe connecting technology to yourself? I mean, I know you're a big fan of the VR, right?
Oh yeah, no, I think VR is quite enjoyable. Like I've used it. I think VR boxing is something people sleep on. Like I think it's quite great, right? The thing personally what I love about VR boxing is that you can spar for as however long you want and no one can physically injure you. You can learn a lot. Like it's very great. You can do a lot of stupid things once you're good at fighting, but it's a great way to practice. VR is quite enjoyable. It's true. You at one point you do get immersed. Like I remember I was playing a game on VR, and at one point I remember it's kind of like a Call of Duty game, but in VR. Me and a few teammates had pushed up to a Humvee, because one of them was down behind it, being shot. So we push up, two of us. We try and take the two others behind guard. In that moment, I freaked out. I'm there freaking out.
You're lagging. You're lagging. You're lagging. Sorry, everybody. A brief technical difficulties there with Mr. Valen. Um, yeah, man. But going on with the VR, what he's trying to say is you can play all different types of level of matchups on there, whether it's, you know, practicing training boxing, you know, trying to get in shape, connected to the internet, basically in some sorts. So, you know, for me, am I a big fan of VR? No. I've tried it once, and that was with the very first VR that came out, I believe, in 2012 or 2011, if I'm not mistaken. Wasn't a big fan of it, and I as soon as I tried that the first time, I was on it for about 30 minutes. Not a big fan, not at all. And with that being said, man, there's a difference when you have one connected with a, you know, a tight minuscule around your head, but to actually get an implant inside your brain and have, you know, potential hacks happen. And people say, oh, how would they be able to hack? I've seen crazier things happen, dude. Crazier things have happened, you know. So when it comes to connecting with technology and having that on my body, or, you know, having it connected to whatever of any sorts, it's always been a big no-no for me. I didn't grow up in a Christian family or anything like that. I had to learn this on my own from the age of 14. As many of you guys know, you guys can check my podcast out on my story, on the occult Ouija boards, and my testimony with God on the Roundtable platform. It came out about 2 years ago. That's my story. But yeah, man.
No, I think that was great. I know I cut out for a while, but the thing about VR, right, is I'll tell the story. I don't know if it came through, but there was one time I was playing a game Onward. It's kind of a Call of Duty type game. And anyways, at this point, when I was looking forward, I was looking for enemies, right, VR, right, and it's a very surreal experience at one point, right. So like the gun, you move and like the gun moves, right. And at one point, I see a dude. He's behind a Humvee and he's being shot down. So like, okay, we're gonna push up. I'm with another guy. I tell him we push up. I hit the radio on my side. And I tell him we pushing up. We're gonna come up behind the Humvee. We push up. We try. We get one of the guys down. There's three. There's two of them. We shoot one. And as we're trying to get the other two, a sniper shot comes out of nowhere. And in that moment, it felt very visceral. I remember I just sat down and I just put my back to the Humvee. My back wasn't to nothing, but I remember I just put my back to the Humvee. I look around like, where fuck? There's a sniper. So we hit on the radio and we're trying to see if anyone's. The sniper took out the other two teammates. We're three. One of them pokes out trying to figure out where the sniper is, gets shot by one of the two behind the cover on the other side. And at that moment, I don't know if I was scared, but it was very visceral. It was very real. And VR has this way of sometimes taking you so much deeper into the experience of games. Like I know some games can make you cry. It can make you feel great emotion. But in that moment, I don't know if I had fear. But if that was a real situation, I knew deep down I was fucked. Right? Like it's a very different feeling. Like your mind kicks in and you go. Like at one point, the primal part of your brain kicks in. You go, "Oh fuck! I could get fucking. I could die here." Like a part of you just clicks, and then you click back into reality of, oh, this is just a game. But for a split second there, you don't know. Like the gunshots are shooting off. Like it feels real for a few seconds. Like that, and I fear with Neuralink it could go even further. Like instead of just having a VR controller, you would feel the sensation of holding a gun, the gloves. Like it'd be very easy to detach from reality.
Right. And I want to reach out to our Generation Z community out there because I was born in the 2000s, the early 2000s, and you know, a lot of us didn't kind of grow up with technology. Yeah, we grew up with cell phones and different stuff, but it wasn't as hardcore as some of these kids who grew up in 2007, 2008, who were on, actual tablets and by the age of 5 already had a cell phone in their hands. We have to be weary and ready for what's to come. A lot of our older generations, like for example, shout out to A Call for an Uprising on YouTube, man. That guy has opened so many doors for me, on regarding since I was 13, 14, on technology being connected to us, and when it comes to that, man, you can only think of one thing and one thing only, and that's the mark of the beast, revelations, and I truly believe we are not in the times but in the season, if you know what I mean. We are seeing things unfold before us that have never been seen in all of humankind. Now, to my generation, I hope if you come across this video one day, you can open your Bibles, if they're even around by then. Yeah, mark my words. If they're even around by then, I hope you can open your Bible and see what we are talking about here. Because technology inside the body never goes well. It doesn't. And I'm here to tell you, it may go well for our animals, that have trackers on them and stuff. That's how they kind of wanted to comfort us a little bit. But humans, I've never seen a human with a chip connected to their brain, connecting to the internet, And that's what Elon Musk wants to do. He's already doing it on monkeys. He's done it on pigs. And this year, the year 2022, December, he is doing that. He is testing trials, offering $500,000 on human trials, guys, for humans. You think people are going to say no? No. Pretty sure people on the streets are going to want to do that, man. Our world revolves around money these days, and that's the truth. How far are you willing to go for that dollar? And that's where this all hits me, and I say, you know, this correlates with the Bible. This is literally correlating with the Bible. And I have another podcast I want to talk about pretty soon regarding CERN as well. My generation, I want you guys to wake up to this. This is very important, you know, and all generations coming after us and before us, you know. This is information that everybody needs to know about and everybody needs to be informed on, because they're already, you know, comforting us with commercials on VR, you know, like I said, but like Valen was talking about, losing touch with reality after a certain amount of time. It's happened to my sister already. She's 18, 19 right now, and she talked to me about the VR as well. And if you guys want to get into more depth, go onto Netflix and look up Black Mirror. Black Mirror has a lot of predictive programming on this. People connecting internet. I believe it's the fourth episode of the second or first season. People connecting with the internet with their brains, dude, and showing their eyes go like blank. And you know, just seeing that as a 16-year-old kid, and now I'm 22. It's like, wow, you know. I'm not sure if any of you guys have seen that, but it's up there, you know, and I'm not sure for how much longer, but you know, I think we've touched on enough, Valen. What time is it right now?
So it's 7:57 my time, about 6:57 Central.
Yeah, brother,
Yeah, no,
we've touched on a great amount this time, and we have a two-part mini series where it gets a lot more spiritual. So this was just the first part, everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming out, and yeah, man, Valen, you want to touch on a few things before we shut this series off?
no, I think for a great base, and we establish all the listeners and viewers to come who listen to this, all our further platforms. I think base, and with this, I think in the second be able to really go deeper and
Yeah. Well, with that being said, everybody, I want to thank everybody for listening. There's, like I said, there's gonna be a two-part mini series. This is the first part, so the second part's gonna be a bit longer, a bit more spiritual on the aspect of talking about Elon Musk and him as a person. Um, you know, as I said, he's a very big polarizing figure in the world today. Is he leading people astray? We're seeing it every day, everybody, and it's up to you to really decide. You know, I mean, everybody has their own thoughts on this, but you know, this is Truth for Revolution. This is the Temple Mount, and we're signing out. Please like and subscribe. And as my good friend always says, Mr. Shogun himself, do not take the mark of the beast. Thank you, everybody. It was absolutely amazing having us.
well, thank you, Seth. And with that, we need one to join us on our Discord, will mount, and to bless us with the next part. And we'll be here forever. So thank you very much, and check the descriptions of all the platforms we're listening to this on, and join us. We'd be blessed to have you much, and have a nice.
Alrighty, everybody. Let's move up to the Templar's Tavern.